Thanks for tuning in to Trigger Time TV. I'm your host, Mike Lamb. In today's episode, we're going to start off talking to three-time world speed shooting champion, Michel, in the USPSA.
Hi, I'm Michel, National and World Speed Shooting Champion, and today we're talking about USPSA, or the United States Practical Shooting Association. And here with us we have MIguez. Blake, thanks for joining us.
You're welcome.
Blake's the current USPSA National Champion. So before we get into what USPSA actually is, Blake, why don't you take us through some of the divisions we can compete in?
Sure, Max. We have a wide variety of guns here. The first is a production gun. This is a Sig Sauer PT226. You may have one of these back home in your safe. Now, this division, you can't do many things to the gun. It's basically out of the box. You have to have a double action first shot. There's a 10-round maximum mag capacity, and you can't really do much besides change the sights and kind of tweak out the trigger just a little bit. This is the perfect entry-level gun. Next on the table is your classic 1911. Everybody knows what this is. This is a Max Michel edition, built by Sig Sauer. Now this one you can do a little bit more. It's a single stack requirement because it has to be a classic gun. It's got to fit in the box, but here you have the single action, which is very nice trigger. Right. And you can upgrade the sights and some other things. Now we're starting to get into the money over here on the table. This is more of the competitive area. And this is my personal favorite. This is a limited gun. This is basically your NASCAR here. You're allowed a high round capacity. You can lighten up your slide. You can change your slide, because you can do a whole lot of things besides putting compensators and red dots on the gun. Like I said, this is my favorite. Next, I think it's safe to say this is Max's favorite gun. This is his personal open gun. It's a Sig Sauer 2011. Now this has a optic on it, red dot optic by Seymour, and it also has a compensator which stops the recoil of the gun. Again, you have the high mag capacities. You can pretty much put skateboard tape, anything you want to do. This is your F1 racing core. That's pretty much outlays all the different divisions in the USPSA.
Yeah, so one of the things that we want to make sure that the viewers at home know as well is just because this is an entry-level gun or this is a high-level gun, whether you're a professional or an amateur, you can compete in any division you like.
Pretty much.
Now, with all these divisions out there, let's talk about what USPSA actually is. It's practical shooting. Now, with practical shooting, it's always changing. You never know what the course of fires are. We get to the competition, we see something, we shoot it, and we never see it again. So it's really an interesting opportunity to really train for, whatever the case is, whether you're driving in your vehicle, you're laying in your bed at home, a bad guy comes in, bad guy approaches the vehicle, things of that nature, and it's just a fun way of getting that training. So I like it. I thoroughly enjoy it because we're running, we're jumping, we're kicking, we're crawling. It's an action shooting sport. It's extreme shooting with a handgun, and and sometimes rifles and shotguns as well. So, it's always scenario driven. So what I want to show the viewers at home here is we have the El Presidente set up. So essentially, you're going to be standing in front of the three targets, back to the targets. Buzzer goes off, you're going to turn, draw, fire 2 rounds into each bad guy, make a magazine change, and 2 rounds into each target once again. And we're going to talk a little bit about the scoring system as well. So let's go ahead and get started, Blake.
Let's take a shot at it, Max.
All right.
I'm going to go ahead and load and make ready.
Load up. All right, so again, you're guarding the president. What's going to happen is, buzzer goes off, that's your signal to turn, draw, and engage the bad guys. 2 rounds each, magazine, 2 rounds each. Ready. Stand by. Excellent. Go ahead and unload, show clear. 4.55 seconds. You are clear. 4.55 seconds. Now let's go take a look at his hits here. So Blake shot 12 shots, a draw, and a magazine change in 4.55 seconds. Absolutely fast. Now what you're going to see is he's got 4 perfect shots into the center of this target. Now, each target has a scoring ring, the alpha zone being the highest. Every time you get out of that alpha zone, whether it be the Charlie zone or the Delta zone or a miss on target, what's going to happen is we're going to start deducting points, or an easier way of thinking about it is adding time to your score. And depending on the division you're competing in, or the speed or the power of that velocity you're shooting, you're going to find that you're going to get more time added to your score or less, depending on the velocity of that round. So let's go ahead, we're going to get one more station set up. Blake's going to set up a target for me now, and that target that he's setting up is going to be a no-shoot target or a hostage type situation. So now I'm going to go ahead and give it a try in a different situation of being in a vehicle, getting out of that vehicle and engaging the targets downrange. Looks a little something like this.
Made it a little bit hard on you, Max. Got a
okay,
white guy.
I see that. He made it tough for me. All right, going hot.
Max, this is a really nice truck. Try not to shoot it up.
Okay. Ready.
Shoot, are you ready?
Ready.
Stand by. You're done. Unloaded, show clear. Gun is clear. Hammer down and holster. with a time of 4:22.
So 4:22. And USPSA is a very exciting sport, and what Blake did was he put in a no-shoot situation for me now. And what I did is I placed my round center mass with the available target area to ensure I kept the friendly good to go, and I neutralized the threat. USPSA is a great sport to get involved in. So thanks again, Blake, for being here for us.
Good job, Max.
We appreciate it. Get out there and get shooting.
We'll see you on the range.
Trigger Time TV is brought to you by Raven Concealment System, Troy Industry, Troy Defense, Seekins Precision, Aries Gear, Dark Angel, MGM, Taxi, Keltec, R-Bros, Pro Ears, Yeti, Midland, Wiley X, EOTech, Black Hills, Bushnell, Trijicon, Dawson Precision, WW Guns, and Up Armored Knives.